Okay, so please get seated. If you have got a blanket or something thrown over the couch wherever you're practicing, grab that because you might want to elevate your hips a little bit. So get comfortable, find your seat, and we're going to get going. It is now 4:47. So take a full breath in and a full breath out. Yay, Teresa, glad you made it. One more big breath in and one more big breath out. And as you're seated here, whether you're sitting with your knees bent and your feet behind you, or you're sitting cross-legged in easy pose, take a full breath in, draw your shoulders up and back. Start to pull in a little bit through the low belly so you can get a nice, tall, straight spine. With your next breath, maybe you feel the crown of your head lift up a little closer to the ceiling, but allow your sitting bones to ground, whether they're on a block or a blanket or you're seated right on the mat. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. And if you're with me this afternoon taking class, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll definitely get back to them as either we're going through the practice or maybe right after. So take another full breath in and a full breath out. Your hands can just rest on your lap or on your knees. You can just get real quiet as you stare down the tip of your nose. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in and a slow exhale out. If your eyes are closed, start to open your eyes. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. And again, if you're just joining us, today we're focusing on our feet. I thought we'd start and work from the ground up. Give our feet, toes, arches, soles, tops of feet, little love and little attention, because they affect every single one of your yoga poses. And they pretty much affect how you move through your day. So let's get grounded, okay? We're going to start out with this toe stretch, and like I said, some of you may absolutely hate all of this because it's going to feel a little strange. Please stick with it and give your feet some love today. All right, so this toe stretch, and I'm going to back up so you can see as much of my feet as you can. And I wrote myself some notes just to make sure I'm staying on track. Okay, so don't mind me if I keep looking at a paper. For the toe stretch, I'd like you to come to your knees, and if this is too much for your knees and you have a blanket, you can set the blanket underneath your knees for a little bit of extra cushion. And then you're going to tuck your toes, and you're literally going to start to sit your hips back. Your heels should be right underneath your sits bones. You can start with your hands down, and then as you walk your hands up, you're going to put your hands right on your legs. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And instead of sinking into the toes, just allow the toes to push back just a little bit so you can stretch them out. You will feel this almost immediately in the arch. So try not to fight it too much. You might have to shift to make sure your feet don't cramp. That's fine. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. We're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. Another breath in and a slow breath out. And another breath in. And another breath out. You're doing good. One more. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Walk your hands forward. Untuck your feet so the tops are down, and come to sit back just for a breath or two. And then we're going to go right back in and do it again. So take another full breath in and a full breath out. Walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, and again, spread your toes out nice and wide. And you're staying right on the tippy toes so they bend, and the heels are stacked over the ball of the feet. And then you walk your hands back, and again, don't fight it too much. Allow the toes to actually stretch, and then when you start to feel that in your arch, maybe you lift up just a little bit to readjust. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. We're going to take 5 more breaths here because we did do 5 before. So take another breath in and another breath out. Let your shoulders release. Breathe in, find a lift through the crown of the head. And a slow breath out. 2 more, you can do it, stay with me. Another breath in and out. And then 1 more, take a nice deep breath in. And on your breath out, walk your hands back out, release your feet. And then come to sit back. Beautiful. Do you feel that already? Because I know I do. All right, if you were on a blanket, you can move that aside now. This has actually got a name, this next thing we're going to do. It's called rock pose. I don't know why it's called rock pose, but it is. So what we're going to do now is stretch out the top sides of our feet. So keeping your tops of your feet flat on the mat, you're going to walk your hands back out, fingers pointed toward your toes. And you're going to keep going until you bend your elbows to bring your knees up. You will feel that across the tops of your feet and across the tops of your ankles. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. 1 more breath in and another breath out. Just pause. You can rock a little bit if you need to give yourself a break. And then re-bending the elbows, lifting the knees. Another breath in and out. 1 more breath in. And on your exhale, straighten your arms, let your knees come back down. You can move forward into tabletop just to give your legs a break. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And we're going to do that 1 more time, okay? So again, feet are flat, tops of the feet are flat on the mat. You're sitting on the heels and then taking your hands, walk them out behind you with the fingers pointed toward the toes. And then with your next breath in, you can start to bend the elbows in order to lift the knees up. Your head can stay in line with your spine, so maybe you're looking a little bit up or you're looking where the wall meets the ceiling. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Second breath in, second breath out. 1 more breath in, 1 more breath out. You've got it. Only 2 more rounds of breath. Stay with me. Take another breath in and another breath out. Last one. And then start to walk your hands back in. Come to sit up nice and tall. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then we're going to come into butterfly pose here, which is actually a really nice way to just massage your feet for a few minutes. So bring the soles of your feet together and draw them in nice and close. Ground down through your sit bones, and then just take your thumbs really and rub the arches of your feet. Rub the tops of your feet. Just give them a little bit of love. Again, today we're focusing on feet and how important they are to give them a little bit of love and attention. They are our first contact with the ground. They keep us grounded, and in times like these, we need to find as many different ways as we can stay grounded. But your feet will affect you in every single pose that you do, so we might as well really stretch them out and give them a little love and attention once in a while. Okay, didn't that feel great? You didn't have to pay anybody. Okay, foot massage over. Now bring your hands to your knees, close them up. We're going to come back into hands and knees. We're going to come into tabletop. So now that we've started to work on the feet, I'm assuming you can feel some of this. They feel kind of tingly maybe, maybe not. Roll your feet at the ankle joints. Just stay on your knees and your hands. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Knees are underneath your hips. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then we're going to replant the tops of the feet on the mat. And again, coming into tabletop, pull in through the belly. And we're going to release the belly, tip the tail up, open up across the heart for cow. And with the tops of our feet, we're going to lift the knees. And then reset the knees. Tuck the tail around the spine. Let the head come down. Tuck the toes. And lift the knees. Lower them down. Untuck the feet. Release for cow. And you're moving to your breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. Round back into cat. Tuck the toes. Maybe lift the knees. And again, they come back down. We're going to go through this 2 more times. So into cow, Lift the knees. Set the knees. Exhale into cat, round the spine. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees. Set the knees. Come back into tabletop and pause. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then push through that right heel nice and long and take the left hand forward like you're shaking somebody's hand. Bend at the knee, reach around, see if you can grab the top of that foot and really push the foot into the hand. Opening up across the heart. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. And then extend the foot and the hand nice and long and replant them on the mat. And we'll find that stretch on the other side. So push out through the left heel. Keep the leg no higher than your hip. Raising the right hand like you're shaking someone's hand. Bend the knee, bring the hand around. Push the foot or the ankle or the pant leg. So you're opening up. And then the hand and the knee come back down. And now it's time. So tuck your toes. Spread your hands nice and wide at the top of the mat. Downward facing dog. So I'm sure you have pedaled out your feet more than once in a down dog. It's a great place to get to know your toes. So spread them all out. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And here again, focused on your feet, especially your big toe. Ground down into the toes. Let the heels release as low to the mat as they can. And then with a big breath in, rise back up onto your toes, bringing the heels up nice and high. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. This time, bend both your knees and bring your shins parallel to the mat. And then with a big breath in, press the thigh bones to the back of the wall. Lift the hips up nice and high. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhaling again, rise up high onto your toes. And then with your exhale, let the heels release a little bit lower. They won't touch and that's fine. You're still just getting used to moving through the toe joints and then lowering the heels, trying to get a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. So one more time, inhaling up to your toes. Exhale, let the heels go a little bit lower. Pause here. Bend both knees again to bring your shins parallel to the mat. And then with a big breath in, press the thigh bones to the back of the room. Shift your hips up, downward facing dog. How you feeling? Taking a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Are your toes talking to you? Are your feet talking to you? So we're going to work through a little bit of a modified vinyasa. Modified meaning we're going to switch up some of the poses from what you might be used to. So I'm going to do this with you. Take a nice deep breath in, your down dog, and a deep breath out. Stretch the backs of the legs to the back of the room. And keep all 10 fingers spread nice and wide on your hands. And then take a full breath in and glide forward into plank. So as you're in your plank here, whether you choose to stay in full plank or you want to take your knees down, keep pulling your heart through your arm bones. Crown of the head goes to the wall. You're pulling into the low belly, and I want you to stay on your toes. So the heels stay high above your toes, just like you would if you were in full plank. If you are in full plank, really lift up through the thigh bones, press the earth away, take a full breath in and a full breath out. Lift your hips back up, downward facing dog. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. You can move your head right to left or yes to no. And then inhaling again, come back up to your toes, heels stacked high above them. Glide forward into plank, shoulders stay right above the wrists. Keep pulling into the low belly. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And again, if you need to modify this and take your knees down, that's fine, but stay on your toes, energetically pressing the heels to the back wall, drawing the heart and the crown of the head to the opposite wall. Take a full breath in, exhale your hips high, downward facing dog. With your next breath in, rising up to your toes, look forward. Walk your feet up right in between your hands so that you're in a forward fold at the top of the mat. And immediately take your feet wide. Let your hands come to opposite elbows and hang in ragdoll for a breath. You can sway a little bit right to left here if that feels good in your low back. And then from your ragdoll, I want you to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So if you're traditionally on your mat with your feet near the short edges, you're going to walk your feet around. So you can take a nice big stance, toes point in a little bit, Allow yourself into this wide-legged fold with your hands at your ankles or right on the tops of your feet, and just pay attention to how they're grounding down. And if you feel like your hips are going to the back of the wall, bring the weight more into your toes. So you could draw your hips so they stack right in line with your ankle. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. Roll to the outsides of your feet so you can lift up through the arch. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then come flat-footed again. Hands come down. Toe heel your feet all the way in. Turn yourselves back to the long way on the mat. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand. Hands go up nice and high and bring them right to your heart space in Tadasana. Close your eyes and take a full breath in. In your Tadasana, I really want you to feel the four corners of your feet. So this is kind of fun if you happen to look at this later. So this is a point, and this is a point. This is a point on the edge, and this is a point. So sometimes you'll hear an instructor talk about their feet, and the four corners of your feet, that's where they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you're standing in Tadasana and you're grounding down, you get to move your feet and roll them right to left, front to back, till you find those contact points. Take a full breath in, lift your arms up, reach up, maybe take a little bit of a back bend, and on your exhale, forward fold right over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, walk your feet back out to plank and pause. Really focusing on your toes with your heels stacked above them. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then if we're going to lower down here, if you want to take your knees down first, you can, but please stay on your toes until we lower all the way. Bending your elbows close to your side bodies, let yourself go right down to the mat. Now, untuck your feet and using the tops of your feet, ground down into the mat, drawing all that energy up and let it come up your body into a low cobra. So you're just drawing up a little bit with your shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in and then exhale, let that go. Again, pressing down through the tops of your feet. Inhale for a cobra. And then exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhaling. Come back into cobra. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes, pause. And then with breath, push back up through your knees or full plank. Lift your hips high, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pause in your down dog and just start to feel all that energy that you're creating from the feet, working its way up through your body. You know how when you're super tired after being on them all day long, you're just so exhausted? Well, those feet can work the other way too. We can energize them. We can exercise the toes and bring some life into them. And then that energy reverses itself and goes right back up through you. Okay, great. Let's take another big breath in. Come on up to your toes. On your exhale, glide forward back into plank. Pause in your plank. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Stay high on the toes. If you're modified and the knees come down, stay on the toes. Take another breath in and another breath out. Nice and slow. Start to bend your elbows. We're only going to take a push-up here. Halfway. Straighten the arms. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. I'm not sure what's worse, pausing in push-up position or actually moving through the flow and creating some heat, but we're going to get to do both today. So take another deep breath in and a slow breath out. Inhaling again up to your toes, look forward. On your exhale, walk your feet up right in between your hands. Set your feet. Notice the four corners of each foot as it grounds down. And with your next inhale, draw your head forward and your heart forward for a halfway lift. Pause and then exhale. Release that forward fold back over your legs. Take a full breath in. Rise up to stand. Hands go high. Look up. Bring your hands to your heart space and pause in Tadasana. Feel the alignment of your body as your crown reaches toward the ceiling. Shoulders are back, stacked over the hips. Hips are over the knees. Knees are over the ankles. And then press into the big toes. Take another full breath in. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Take your feet back out to plank. Pause in your plank and then decide if you need your knees up or down. Lower all the way to the mat. Then untuck your toes. Really push down to the tops of your feet. Inhaling for cobra. Exhaling as you release. And then you tuck your toes and return either through plank or knees back up so you can lift your hips high. Downward facing dog. That's awesome. Take another breath in and another breath out. We've got one more of these to do, okay? So take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale up to your toes. Glide forward into plank. Pause and breathe in your plank. Stay on those toes. Really stretch them out. And if you're on your knees, that's fine. Just keep drawing your heart forward, but stay on your toes so your heels are pushing to the back wall. Take a nice deep breath in. Bend your elbows halfway. Pause. Push your arms straight again. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Hips go high, downward facing dog. Inhale up to your toes. Look forward. Walk your feet up right between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Feel all four corners of your feet grounding as you bring your hands right back to your heart space and pause. Shoulders back. Crown of the head is lifting, and then with your next breath, reach up strong. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Walk your feet back out to plank and pause. Stay high on your toes. Energy pushing out through the heels. And then you decide, rinse this off, lowering all the way down, halfway for a push-up, and then either coming into cobra or up dog. But follow the breath and breathe right into your feet, really giving them that extra little stretch that they need. Take another deep breath in and another breath out. And you're back in downward facing dog. Take a full breath in, lift high up to your toes, look forward. Walk, step, or jump your feet right up between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, and once again, bring your hands to your heart space, and we'll pause into Tadasana. Take a full breath in your Tadasana, and a full breath out. And again, focusing on your feet, really press to the outside edges of your feet, and then roll back in, but keep your arches lift. Press down through that big toe pad. Take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. You can lift all the toes up on your foot and then lay them all down, spreading them out nice and wide. Do that with each foot. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. All right, we're going to move into some more flow here. But first, we're going to come into half lotus toe balance. So yes, I'm reading my notes today because I want to make sure I get everything right for all of you. So take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And I'll do this with you so you can see what we're doing. So from Tadasana, I would like you to keeping your hands at your heart for the moment. Breathe that right knee up in front of you and flex your foot. And really press down through the left toe, feeling all four corners of that left foot grounding you and keeping you balanced. And then you're going to cross the ankle over the knee. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. As you bend that left knee, bring your hands to the ankle and the knee. Keep drawing your heart forward and keep the foot flexed. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Take one more inhale here and a slow breath out. Then inhale, place the foot back down, reach the arms up, sweep up nice and tall. Exhale your hands to your heart space and pause. We're going to do that on the other side. We're just taking this incrementally. So take a nice deep breath in, staying strong through that right foot. Lift up the toes and set them all down. Inhale the left knee up in front of you and keep the foot flexed. And then from here, we'll cross that ankle over. Keep grounding down through the big toe of that right foot. Start to bend that right leg, sitting your hips back. You can take your hands to your ankle and your knee. Keep the foot flexed. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Heart goes forward. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then start to straighten that right leg. Bring the left foot down again. Sweep the arms up. Exhale your hands to your heart space. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. We're going to do that again. So sweeping the hands up, bring them back to your heart space and pause. Staying strong through that left foot, spread all the toes, pushing down through the big toe of the left foot, and then raise the right knee, flexing the foot. Cross the ankle over, and again, take your time. Bend that left leg so you can get your hands to your foot and your knee. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Hips go to the back of the room, tuck your tailbone, heart and crown of the head go forward. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. This time we're going to straighten the leg. We're going to bring the foot up in a tree. It's your choice if you want the sole of the right foot to go above or below, but not on the knee joint. Keep pressing through the left big toe. Your hands can stay one on your heart, one on your belly, or you could bring your hands to your Tadasana again. And so you see how much work balancing is. So keep breathing in, and as you draw that left leg into the sole of the right foot, the sole of the right foot pushes back into the left, but you're still constantly working on that big toe of the left foot. If you want to grow your tree, you can take your hands up, take a full breath in, and a full breath out. And then as we breathe nice and slow, we're going to release this right foot back down next to the left. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in as you come back to stand and you bring your hands to your heart space. And now we're going to do this on the other side. So most balancing poses are challenging, but they are definitely grounding, especially tree. So that's why we're going to work from this first part into that. Okay, ready? Inhale, breathe into the standing leg, push down through the right toe. Lift the left knee, flex the foot, pause. Take a nice deep breath in as you cross the ankle over the knee and sit that hips back, bending the right leg. You can bring your hand to the knee and the ankle. Hips go back, heart goes forward. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And if you fall out, it's no big deal. Just come on back in. Work at keeping that left foot flexed. Press into the big toe of the right foot. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Then nice and slow, we're going to straighten that leg, coming into tree. And this side can be different. You don't have to put the foot exactly where it was before, but definitely do not put it on your knee joint. Push the standing leg into the sole of the left foot, and the sole of the left foot pushes back. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Feel like there's a string going from the heel of your right foot right through your body, out the crown of your head, lifting you, getting you a little bit taller with each breath in and each breath out. One more full breath in, and then you can bring that left foot down, sweep the arms up again. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now stay in your forward fold and take your left foot maybe 2 feet back. Be sure the soles of your feet are fully connected and your legs are straight. Keep drawing your right hip back. You can bring your hands right to your hips to help keep them nice and square. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then you can start to lift halfway, pressing against your leg, finding some length from your hips out the crown of your head. But the soles of both feet are connected and grounded. Push down through the toes. Feel the weight in your heels. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, release that. Fold right over your leg. Gives you a great stretch down the back of the right leg as well. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring the left foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Rise to stand. Bring your hands to your heart space and pause. Take a full breath in, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold and pause. Stay right here, feet in two separate lanes. Take the right foot about 2 feet back. Legs stay straight. Again, maybe you bring your hands to your hips to help level them out. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and then inhale and draw the crown of the head and the heart forward. Hips go back. Take a full breath in your pyramid and a full breath out. And then release and allow yourself to lay right out over that left leg. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Bring the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands at the top of the mat. Walk your feet back out to plank. And then you pause in your plank, staying high on your toes. Again, really looking for that stretch, bending them back just a little bit. Your knees can come down here if you need them to. And then we're going to bend the elbows halfway. Straighten the arms and maybe float the thighs, coming up for up dog. And then one more time, bend the elbows, lower all the way to the mat. Inhale for cobra, or maybe you take another up dog. And then finish that out, and we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. When you get back to your down dog, again, breathe high up into your toes. And then when you exhale, you let the heels go down. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale high up to your toes. And then with your exhale, I want you to swivel the heels to the right. So let the whole outside edge of that right foot connect with the mat. Let your hips drop with it. And then with your next breath, come back up to your toes, lift your hips high, pedaling out your feet. Bend both knees again, shifting the hips back, lifting them up nice and high. Take a full breath in, open your mouth, sigh it all out. And then inhaling again, come back up to your toes, and this time we're going to swivel the other way. So let the outside edge of your left foot connect with the mat. Your hips can start to dip. And then using your core and your breath, inhale back up onto your toes, hips go high, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale up to your toes. Exhale, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right between your hands. Take a full breath in your halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. And then sit your hips back for chair. So here again, we're grounded through the feet. And this is a great place for you to feel all four corners of the feet connecting to the earth, grounding you and holding you in this pose. This time your toes are a little bit lighter and the weight's in your heels. So draw the hips back, tuck the tailbone, pulling into the low belly. And if this is bothering your shoulders, just bring your hands to your heart space. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Draw your shoulders back, press your heart forward. Stay light in those toes, but feel the pads right behind the big toe and behind the pinky toe, and the outside and the inside edge of the heel, all grounding and connecting you and holding you right where you are. You're drawing your knees together like you're squeezing a block, but you're pressing your shins out. Sound complicated? It's just to take the focus off that you're still in chair. Take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more big breath in, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. From here, take your left foot to the back edge of the mat. Feet are in two separate lanes. Bend deeply into that right knee and then draw your arms up nice and high for crescent. Take a full breath in crescent and a full breath out. And even here, now we're split the difference. So your right foot is solely connected. Press down behind the big toe, but stay high on the left toe so the heel is right above, and then straighten that leg out. Take a full breath in. Swivel the back foot down, open up into warrior two. So you readjust your feet, stay deeply bent in that right knee. Pull your shoulders back so they stay stacked over your hips, and push out on the outside edge of your left foot. So if you feel like the arch is caving in, really press that leg back, sealing the outside edge of the left foot. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. So we're going to inhale and exhale now with the movement. Ready? Flip the right hand, big breath in, sweep up, straighten the leg. Inhale back to straight. Shift the hip back, reach forward with the right hand, and then reach down for triangle. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Looking down at the right foot, We're going to start to bend back into that knee, pushing off the left foot, coming into half moon. So, take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Flex that left foot, toes point, straight ahead. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. And then bring the left hand down, lift the right or left heel nice and high. Keep that foot flexed. Bring the feet to meet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in, rise to stand, and then come right back into your chair. Okay, I know you're tired because I'm working up a sweat. Let's go though, you've got this. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And again, if your shoulders are talking to you, bring your hands to your heart space. Gaze down the tip of your nose or close your eyes. Closing your eyes is a little bit more challenging when you're in a balancing pose. And technically chair could be a balancing pose, right? Because you're really grounded into all four corners of your feet. Your hips are going back, but your heart is going forward. And yep, I'm talking here just to keep you focused on my voice and not thinking about this chair. So take another big breath in and a big breath out. And then with your next breath, inhaling nice and full, exhale, forward fold, straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, and pause. Keep your hands down. Take your right foot to the back edge of the mat. We're going to set up for crescent on the other side. So again, your feet stay in two separate lanes. Be solid in that left foot. All four corners are grounded and the knee is stacked over the ankle. Stay high on the toes of the right foot, but then press that thigh bone back so you have a nice straight leg. Draw your shoulders back so they stay stacked over your hips and the arms go up. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take a fuller breath in and a fuller breath out. And then with your next breath, swivel the back foot down and find your warrior two here. And again, you adjust your feet as you need to. Now they're in one line. That left knee stays over the ankle, and this time you're pushing out on the outside edge of that right foot. Really feel that arch of the right foot hollow out so you can seal the back foot down, keeping you strong in your alignment and grounded in the pose. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Flip that left hand, stretch up, reach back, and then straighten the left leg. Coming back upright, we're going to go into triangle, so shift the right hip back, reach forward with those left fingertips, sweeping the right hand nice and high, draw the right shoulder back, still pushing down on the outside edge of that right foot. Keep everything level, breathing deep. And then look down at the left foot, and again to move into half moon, you're going to bend back into that left knee and push off the right foot. Reaching high, keep the right foot flexed. You want to make everything active through your feet because that's what we're focused on. Regardless of the pose that we're doing today, I want you to keep coming back to your feet and the grounding that you get. It's calming. It's also energizing. Now, hands down, lift the right heel nice and high for standing split. Big breath in. Exhale, bring the right foot down to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, walk your feet back out to plank. Stay high on the toes. Keep them flexed. And then you lower down any way you want. If it's time for a child's pose, I highly recommend you stay on your toes, continuing to give yourself that little bit of a stretch. Knees go wide, toes come together. Your arms can be right by your sides or they can be out in front of you. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And if you haven't gone to child's pose yet, then we're all going to meet there for sure. And if you need a little bit of cushion under your knees, you can grab that blanket again or towel. Knees wide, toes tucked. Let your hips go back. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more breath in and one more breath out. And even though you have your toes curled here in this child's pose, know that you're grounding and calming yourself at the same time. Breathing deeply into this pose is just as powerful as breathing through a chair or a side angle full breath in and a full breath out. Walk your hands back in, come to sit up like we did at the beginning for that toe stretch. So your toes are tucked underneath you. Bring your knees back in so they're straight, right next to each other, and then just take a nice deep breath in, sitting back on your toes. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. You with me? Okay, let's walk those hands forward. Flatten the tops of the feet. Come back to sit on the heels. Hands go behind you. Fingertips point toward the feet. Bend the elbows so you can lift up the knees, stretching out the tops of your feet. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then come back up to your seat. Nice work. Okay. Move the blanket aside if you have one, and let's go back into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale high up to your toes. Exhale, let those heels go lower. Again, they're not going to touch, and that's just fine. You're stretching. You're giving some extra love and attention to a part of your body that rarely gets it. Inhaling again up to your toes. Look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet right up in between your hands. Take a full breath in for that halfway lift. Feel your feet grounded and connected. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Take a full breath in as you come up, and then draw your hands right into your heart space. This time, bring your arms down by your sides and open up your palms forward for mountain pose. As you roll your palms open, you draw your shoulders onto your back. So feel all 5 toes on each foot lift, and then set them back down with space in between. Feel all 4 corners of your feet connect. And just breathe. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Beautiful. Inhale, bring your hands back up to your heart space. Big breath in, reach up. Take a little bitty back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand one more time. Bring your hands to your heart space and inhale the right knee up in front of you. Keeping the foot flexed, reach down and grab the big toe. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Push down through the big toe of your left foot, and then you'll start to straighten this leg forward. Now, if you can't straighten that leg, keep your hand on your knee, but I really want you to flex the foot. This is about the feet today, so pull into the low belly, stay nice and tall. And then once your knee is straight or your foot is extended, we're going to open up to the side. Take a nice deep breath in. You might want to take the left hand out to counter it. And again, flex the foot, stay tall, take a full breath in and a full breath out. Return the knee, cross the ankle over, bringing the hand back down to the ankle and the knee. Start to sit nice and low. So we're going to come up to the toes this time. Your hands might make it to the ground, but we're going to start to bend that knee. Walk your hands out, and you're going to come to sit on your heel. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Foot stays flexed. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. The heel is right in between your sit bones. Stay high on the toes. You may be able to sit yourself up nice and tall. You may not be able to. So you just breathe into this space where you can. But keep that right foot flexed. One more breath in, and then you can let the foot go. Straighten the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand again. Bring your hands to your heart space and pause. Nice work. This is really hard. And don't get discouraged if it's something that your body won't allow you to do. Sometimes just making that effort is all that matters. And because we're really focused on the feet today, as long as you're just stretching out your toes, bringing some weight into it, getting to know the bottoms of your feet, as well as the tops of your feet, they'll love you when this is over, trust me. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out, pull in through the low belly. And then inhaling, bring that left knee up in front of you, flex the foot. Stay nice and tall through the right foot, grounding down through that big toe. And again, if you can reach down and grab your big toe and extend the left leg, that's great. And if you can't, just keep the leg bent but the foot flexed. Open up nice and slow. Reaching out the right arm if you need that counterbalance. Keep pushing down through the right big toe and keep the left foot flexed. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then nice and slow, we'll bring it back and set it down. Take a breath in and a breath out. No, I didn't forget the hard part. Okay, are you ready? Bring the left knee back up and cross the ankle over the knee. Keeping that foot flexed, nice and slow. Sit bones go back, heart goes forward. And you may be able to get further down in this pose, or you may not be able to reach at all. But the key is to walk your fingers out so you can bend the right leg. Stay high on those toes. Flex the foot. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. Beautiful. Yes, this is hard. And then bring the left foot down. Straighten the legs, line your feet back up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Turn yourself so you can get into a wide-legged forward fold again. So you want to use up your whole mat. Toes point in. And just release. You can make it down to your forearms, awesome. If you want to walk your hands back through, drawing yourself even closer to your thighs, that works too. Keep breathing in your wide-legged forward fold. Full breath in, full breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. You're doing great. Bring your hands back down to the floor. Start to walk your feet back in so they're back underneath your hip points. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release and forward fold. Big breath in, sweep to stand. Bring your hands to your heart space and pause. So, you know I'm a big fan of Malasana, so we get to do it here. From standing, toe heel your feet apart. This time let the toes point out. We're going to start to bend the knees out over the toes. Now keep a lift to the pelvic floor. Your elbows can rest on your knees. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And so from here we can rise up onto the toes, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. And nice and slow, we'll lower the heels back down. You don't have to come up to your toes at all, you know. You can just stay flat-footed, but still find a lift coming up through the pelvic floor. I don't want you to hang on those hip flexors. If you want to come up to your toes one more time, stacking the heels right over the balls of the foot. And then nice and slow, we'll let them come back down. You're still breathing here. Draw the shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Okay, hands come down, bottom comes down. Take your legs out long in front of you. Oh, how are we doing? Are we good? I'm good. I'm really glad that I was doing a lot of this with you guys today. It makes a big difference. I almost feel like we're all together in the same room. Notice how I've positioned the camera so you cannot see my feet. Okay, take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. From here, we're just going to hinge forward, sitting nice and tall. Get your sit bones grounded. Flex your feet, really draw the toes back, feel the backs of your legs strengthen. And then we're going to take a nice deep breath in, reaching the arms up, hinging at the hips, take your heart forward. And if your hands make it to your feet, that's awesome. But sometimes they'll end up at your ankles or your shins. That's okay, just keep drawing the heart forward. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Then walk your hands back in. Cross your legs. And I want you to take your fingers and interlace them in between your toes for a toe stretch. Okay, wiggle them right in there. Nobody's watching. Okay, you're going to sit cross-legged in Sukhasana, so sit nice and tall. Your feet can stay as flexed as you want, but the real trick here is wiggling those fingers in between your toes to stretch them all out. And yes, it probably feels a little creepy, but we're just giving our toes and feet a little bit of love today. We're starting out this Monday with a beautiful sunshiny afternoon, and we're going to stay grounded to get us through this week. And we're going to start by loving our feet. This is where we connect to the earth, to the ground. This is where we receive energy. It also, grounding is calming. So every little bit helps. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then when you're done with the toe massage, take your fingers out from your toes. Take the legs out long again. Sit nice and tall, sweeping up. One more forward fold. Keep flexing the feet. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And just soften your gaze. Release any tension you might have in your eyes or your jaw. And just breathe here for a moment or two. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Now, if your hands can make it to the feet, wrap them right over the top and draw the toes even closer. You're stretching out your arch, stretching out your hamstrings. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, bring the hands back up. And then from your seat, bring your arms out in front of you, sit nice and tall. And we're going to lower down onto our backs. So tuck your tailbone, pull in through the low belly. Keep your feet flexed. Keep going down nice and slow, breathing the whole way. Your hands can go up by making that a little bit harder. You can do it. Keep breathing. Full breath in, full breath out. And once you get flat on the mat, take your arms up overhead, point your toes. Now bring some movement into your wrist joints and your ankle joints, or you could just windshield wiper your feet back and forth. And then when you're done with that, windshield wiper your whole leg right into the hip socket, turning the entire leg from right to left on your heel. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And then just for a little bit more energy, let's bend the knees, bringing the feet maybe hip distance apart or a little wider. And maybe your fingers can reach down and graze the backs of your heels. So really draw the feet in. Your knees are bent very, very generously. All right, arms down by your side. Take a full breath in. Push down through the heels. Lift up through the glutes and the quads. And then soften the glutes to let the quads do the work here. You're drawing the knees in like you're squeezing a block, so you're working those inner thighs, but you stay grounded through all four corners of your feet. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. If you want to walk your arm bones in underneath you and interlace your hands underneath your low back, propping you up even more, opening you up, opening up your heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and then lift your arms up overhead, rise up high into your toes, getting another toe stretch in here. And then nice and slow, you're going to lower down one vertebrae at a time. And as you lower back down to the mat, once your hips reconnect, ground both feet once again, bring your arms back down by your side. We're going to take one more bridge. Okay, so push down through the four corners of your feet. Get strong and grounded. And then with your breath, lift up. Let the quads draw your hips high. Soften your glutes. Walk those arm bones in underneath you if you want, interlacing your fingers. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in and one more breath out. Okay, guys, you did really good work. So lift up onto your toes, bring your arms overhead, and nice and slow, lower yourself down one vertebrae at a time. This time, extend your legs. Take your right heel to the right corner, your left heel to the left corner. You know it's coming. Bring your arms down by your sides, maybe about 45 degrees away from your side bodies, and open the palms up so you can feel your shoulders roll into the mat. And then one last time, with your feet extended, splayed out, just rock the legs back and forth a little bit. It's time for Shavasana. So take a full breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Let your body come into some stillness. And I will ring the bells when it's time to come out. Start to deepen your breath. Bring a little movement into your fingers and your toes again. And then with your next breath, you could draw your knees into your chest and roll to the right side. Linger there for just a moment, taking another full inhale and another slow exhale. And I'll close class the way I started. A soft reminder as we enter this new week, this fourth week, where we're all going through a collective traumatic experience. And trauma is often thought of as something that's too much and too fast, and that's exactly what it is. And yes, we're exhausted, and we're afraid, and we're overwhelmed, and we're clinging to certainty in the midst of so much unknown. And we're probably not very productive. Maybe we're feeling foggy or wondering how we can possibly go through so many waves of emotions all in the same day. This all makes so much sense in the context of our circumstances. So be gentle with yourself. Have compassion for your process. Give yourself grace. You're good no matter how you're managing this completely new experience. Please use your hands and push yourself up to a seat. Taking a full breath in, sweep the arms up overhead, lifting up, breathing deep, and then exhale, draw your hands into your heart space, resting your thumbs on your chest. The light and truth in me sees that in each of you. Thank you so much for practicing with me this afternoon. I look forward to seeing you Wednesday at 9, and then on Friday we'll be doing restorative. So I'll see you again that day at 9. The full body, mind body schedule is available. You can pick up a $8 virtual pass or wait until everything is loaded to YouTube, and an offering of $25 is great to help us keep our doors open as often as you want, or if never, it doesn't matter. We're just happy to be here with you all, bringing a little bit of yoga into your life. So together we say, Namaste.